Hello and welcome to the House of Doggus, where Doggus brings the games that typically don't bring the pain. Today we're going to be starting a new series called The Simple Life with a mod called Simplicity 2. It's a mod pack made by Jester. Um, what we're doing right now is we're going to go ahead and grab a little wood. This wood is going to help us to make some tools and things like that. Let's grab these saplings. These saplings, originally I thought they were birch, but they actually turned out to not be birch. So that's okay. We're going to go ahead and grab some of this oak wood too, though. Unfortunately, whenever I first created this video, I was not able to get the sound working correctly. So we're just going to do a voiceover for now. What we did just then is we took the blueprints from Silent Gear, I believe it's from, and basically it just gives you a blueprint for tools. It's just a starter kit for tools, and we'll just go ahead and make ourselves a little a crafting table here, and we'll go ahead and place that down so that way we can actually make some tools. The first thing that we're going to really try to make, though, is a knife. A knife is going to allow for us to make a few things, actually. But the primary thing that the knife does is to allow for you to make the blueprints itself. But it's a one-time use blueprint. So right here we're going to make a knife, and then we're going to make ourselves a pickaxe. And all we do is we just put the pickaxe in there, and just like your normal pickaxe would take is three blocks and some sticks, and it works out just fine. Then we're gonna make a sword, which is 2 blocks and a stick, and we're gonna make a shovel. And after we make that shovel, we're gonna make ourselves an axe as well. Again, it's really easy to use the blueprints, and what is nice about these tools is that you can take these tools and you can actually repair them. There is this one thing called the One Probe. It's basically what allows for you to use or to see what you're actually looking at. There was another mod called YAYLA, but I wasn't able to use that with the Simplicity pack and put it on a server. This is actually on a server as well. I'm gonna try to be playing with a few other people on the server, so that'll be fun. If anybody wants to join, just let me know, and maybe we can get you in. Here we're gonna make a few some crafting boards, and then we're gonna make some shears. Now, the reason why I wanted to make the shears so quickly is because I am just not good at Minecraft. I tend to die at night really easily, and so I wanna make these shears so that I can get some wool, and then once I get the wool, I can make a bed. The first thing that I really wanted to make was a bed, so that way whenever nighttime comes, I could just place that bed down and go to sleep and turn it from night to day. That way I didn't have to. That way I wouldn't have to go and try to fight some skeletons or some zombies or whatever, you know. So here we're just gonna go ahead and grab some wool from some of these sheep. This was a gray sheep that I grabbed that from, but I wasn't sure if the making the bed would work with mixed wool, so I decided to go ahead and try to find another sheep. And if we look on the mini map up there, we can see where there's another sheep up there to our east or to our west. So we'll just go over there, and we're gonna grab that sheep too. So there it is, and we'll just grab that one. Hey sheep, give me that wool. So after we get the wool, we went ahead and just made the bed. Or I just went ahead and made the bed, and I mean making a bed is pretty easy. And you can use the JEI, which is the thing on the right hand side. That will allow for you to search for things that you may want to make. We also made a boat here as well because I wanted to look for a place to settle down, and if I can find a place to settle down. So the big things were making the bed and making the boat after we made the tools. So it was tools, bed, and then boat. Over to the west, there seems like there's a little spot there where we can put the boat down and get into a nice little area where we might be able to go and find a few things. So uh, I went over I went over to that area after I grabbed a little bit more wood. Now, in order to chop a full tree down, you can hold down on the tilde key. And if you hold down on the tilde key, which is the key just to the left of the one button, it will highlight pretty much a section of what you are targeting. And if you noticed before, it was targeting the full tree. So since it was targeting the full tree, it will chop down the full tree. And with fast leaf decay on, it will decay the leaves at a fast speed. So we went ahead and hopped in the boat here. So that way we can go ahead and start looking for a place to settle as we're going to use MineColonies. And we just get a little bit further ahead over here. And as we get a little bit further ahead over here, we're just looking for a place to settle. As I look around, I find and spot a few birch trees. And birch is what I want to build the city out of. So I decided to stop here and grab these birch trees. Now, these birch trees are a little short. I might end up going and finding some more birch trees later on. I don't know if it really matters so much, but I do believe that there are some taller birch trees, which, of course, if they're taller, that means they have more blocks and they should give you more wood. But the only thing that I really cared about just then was to get those birch saplings. So we got 6 of them, and so that was good enough for me. So I was like, all right, let me get out of here and continue looking for a place to settle the city. And so we went ahead and did that. Now we should be looking at the map here in just a second to see what we got. We come up on this area right here on the right. And this area right here actually did look very promising. It's very open, and it actually looks like it's a pretty nice spot to settle down. And it's kind of flat as well. Since it's kind of flat, it would allow for us to place buildings and things like that, and really not have to worry about a lot of trying to dig things out. So you saw right there, we just put our bed down and then we just went ahead and went to sleep. So that way, we didn't have to fight any monsters or anything like that. So this is a nice little open area right here. I figured we'll go ahead and set the main city part right here. This is where the town hall is going to be. In order to set that waypoint, you just open up the map by pressing M and then right clicking on it, and you can go ahead and set your waypoint. It puts up a nice little beam there so you can easily go and find it. And then if you look on your mini map in the top right hand corner, it also has a dot there. That way you can easily locate where you set your waypoint. So now what we want to do is we want to look for a spot to place a starter house. And the starter house actually is one of the things that you get whenever you get the Simplicity 2 mod. Right over here looked like a really nice spot to kind of put this starter house down. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of preview it. So I right clicked on the ground and then it brings up the preview. And we're just going to walk around this here for just a second, kind of look. That little glass part right there is where some water sits, and you can place a farm right there. Over on that side, there's nothing. Over on this side, there's nothing as well, but you do get a farm on that side. On the inside, you get some crafting tables, you get some furnaces, and then you also get a few chests as well. It's a really nice building. It's a really nice building, and I like the fact that it just kind of builds itself. It makes things really easy and simple without you having to go out and find all of the materials and then try to build the house. I mean, it just looks nice, So I placed this down. I didn't like what I saw here, and so I was like, well, let me try to move it over just a little bit. And all it is you just right click on it again, do the preview, and you can really just kind of see where it ends up. And this right here, I kind of like this, so this is where we placed it right here. And there it is. There's the house. On the inside of the house, again, you get all of those things. And then there's a mine. That mine goes all the way down pretty much to bedrock, I believe. Then there's the bed. And you just right click on that to reset your spawn point. We can check all of these chests here. And this chest here comes with some tools, some food, and some actual gear itself. And you also get some cobblestone and some dirt and some torches. So we're gonna go ahead and grab some of these tools out of here, because we were using wooden tools, and instead we're just gonna go ahead and grab these stone tools until we move on to a paxel. I put all of the tools and stuff like that in that top chest up there. It's just for organization. I mean, I'll end up changing some of that stuff around later anyway, but the tools I was wanting to put on the top, and then some of the consumable stuff like the trees and the saplings and stuff like that, I wanted to put in that bottom chest down there, just for organization purposes. So we'll go ahead and equip our gear here, and we go ahead and probably grab some food or something like that. Let's see here. Yeah, and grab some food. Look at our template boards. We already made those shears, so we don't really need to make those again. But I think we were looking to perhaps make a paxel at some point in time, but I don't know if we were going to do it right here or not. We are going to go ahead and go outside and place place our wheat. The wheat is going to be used for food, of course, at all times. Just eat a little bit right here, so that way we don't die. And we'll go ahead and grab the rest of those wheat seeds right there, and then we just go right outside and plant them. And it's easy to plant them. You just right click on the ground. That land is already hoed. You can actually make a hoe and hoe out to 5 spaces if you really like. But right here, we're going to go ahead and grab some more seeds. What I did is I held down the tilde key, and the tilde key allowed for me to chop down a whole bunch of grass at once. So this little area right here is where we're going to place the starter camp. MineColonies is one of the mods that comes along with Simplicity 2, and we want to use that starter camp in this little area right here. And it takes a little bit of an area, so I'm going to dig that little area out. And as I was digging that area out, my shovel broke, and I believe it broke right here. And we're just going to gather up all of this stuff. But since my shovel broke, it just gives me the opportunity to go and make another tool. So we're going to go into the mine first, because instead of making another wooden tool, I'm going to want to make a stone tool. Now, there is stone in that chest up there, but I want to show the mine. And so we go down into the mine here, and all the way at the bottom, see, it self digs automatically from building this house. Goes all the way to the bottom, and that's an option. You can turn that off if you want. And inside of this chest here is everything that comes from it digging down to the bottom down here. And so what we do is we're just going to grab a little bit of cobblestone, so that way we can make another tool. And basically the tool that I'm going to make is a paxel. And of course you can see here we get into the Stone Ages, stuff like that. And this mine goes really deep. There's a little bit of clay there, it looks like. There was some gold down there. And it's a really good starter to digging down. I'm not a big fan of going into caves and stuff like that. I'm just not. I don't like fighting monsters. I just don't. And so, I mean, just to have a mine like that is pretty neat. It does lead into caves and stuff like that, but you know, you can probably deal with that. So here we're going to make this paxel. It is going to require some more template boards, which means we got to make a few more of those. And then we should be able to make this paxel. We just need to get to the the actual crafting table instead of, inside of there. And we just make that from right there. And that's pretty easy. The Paxel, however, takes 5 blocks. So we just use 5 of the stone blocks and then some stick in a stick, and it pretty simply gives us our Paxel. The Paxel is basically a pickaxe, a shovel, and an axe all in one. So you no longer need those 3 tools. So now we're going to make a repair kit, and this repair kit is a thing that we would use in order to repair our Paxel. And in order to make that repair kit, you are going to need one thing of stone. And in order to get that stone, you just got to bake it inside of your furnace in order to get it. And you just bake some cobblestone into stone and you can get it. And then all we have to do then is just to make our repair kit here. And the repair kit just takes a stick and some template boards and that stone. And there's our repair kit. Now the repair kit is currently empty. In order to fill that repair kit up, we have to give it certain materials. And we can just give it cobblestone, which is pretty easy. But if you see on the right side there, it actually has a meter. And that meter is based on how much cobblestone you give it. So if you give it 1 cobblestone, it gives you a certain amount. If you give it a full thing of cobblestone, see, it gives you a full amount there. And as we take cobblestone away, you can see it decreases. So we'll just go ahead and take a little bit of this, and then we'll see how it's got a little bit in it. Then we can still fill it back up by putting more stuff in it, just like that. We leave those 2 spots empty, and then notice we can do that. And then if we put 1 in there, we get a full repair kit. So that's how you can use the repair kit. It's really neat, really simple to use, and I kind of like it a lot. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a supply camp. The supply camp is one of MineColonies things, in which all it requires is 5 chests in order to make. And it's pretty simple to make. You just need a little bit of wood in order to make it and make those chests. And right here, I used the wrong wood. I was supposed to use, I believe, all of my birch, but I didn't use all of the birch. So that was a little bit of a mistake, but we'll end up using those chests later on anyway. So it's not a big deal. But we did end up grabbing all of the aspen logs. We got all of those, and we made 5 chests. And then all we did was we just made the supply camp right there. So after we do that, we're going to go outside and place this supply camp down. Now, one of the things about this house is that it has these little pressure plates, which opens the door for you. It's pretty cool. So now if you right click on the ground with the supply camp, you can see where it will bring the preview up for the supply camp. Now it's currently not placed. If you right click, it'll bring up the little menu that will allow for you to place it, and we can go around and we can look at it. You can see the little white grid there that'll show you. We selected birch because that's where we're going to be building this out of. This side right here is the front. If you notice, there's a little gate right there. That's where you enter into the supply camp. And we're going to move this over just a little bit, and we're going to kind of position it a little bit. I believe we're going to walk around this and look at it to make sure that it's going to fit. Now, the supply camp is a little bit different than other buildings that you place. In order to place a supply camp, since it's a fully automated, since it's fully built, you have to clear the area first. And that's why we cleared the area first. We placed the supply camp. Inside of there's some chests. They show empty, but this actually has stuff in it. This actually has some tools and some charcoal in it on that one. And then this one has some food in it that you can cook if you really wanted to. So it comes with some supplies. And, it's definitely a nice little supply camp. Then you get all of this material that you can take down and use. Inside of there also is the town hall and a builder's wand. When you build with MineColonies, it's probably best to use the builder's wand as opposed to using the actual schematic itself. So we're going to go over here and notice it's getting a little dark. So we're gonna end up having to sleep here in a little bit, but we're gonna put this town hall down where we originally looked at the city. This is a nice little spot that it looked like that we could build the city. Over here, we select town hall, we select birch, and then we can actually use the thing from Structurize, I believe, that allows for us to place this town hall. Now, notice again, it's getting dark, so we just went ahead and went to bed. Now we get back over here, we can look at the town hall. We can rotate it around if we really wanted to. We can take a look at it. Notice this is I think this is the back side of it. So we'll rotate it around, or we'll bring it up and we'll look at it again. The brown spots on the ground, that shows you where the ground level of the building is. And so we wanted to bring up the level by pressing the plus button to bring it up to the right level. And notice it goes up some stairs, and then you can go into the building. Now, in the preview, you can't go into the building, but you can just kind of walk around and see what's on the inside of it. Well, you can go into it, but it's not a full building yet because it's not built. So now, as we look at this, we want to put this up to level 5 just to kind of see what level 5 looks like. And we notice that level 5 looks really good. This is the front of it. It looks really good. It's got a nice tree there, along with some lanterns and things like that. I wanted to rotate this around and see what I thought. And then I'm going to go and look and see what this looks like. Now, of course, it's not going to try to build level 5 first. It's going to try to build level 1 first, and you have to upgrade each step along the way. So we're going to look around on that side. Then we look on this side. That hill right there is going to end up having to come down as we build this, but it looks pretty nice. So we just go ahead and place it right there. And then it places a little block. This little block, which I believe is called a node. The node is the center of everything. And there's no nearby colonies found. Currently don't own a colony. And so we can create a new colony. And that's what we did. Now, as soon as we did that, notice a grid comes up around our colony. That grid actually will expand as you build more. So you're not limited to the inside of that grid. Also notice that there's construction tape around the town hall now, which is where once we get our builder, the builder will build inside of that construction tape. You can notice the green line on the outside that shows on the map. And here we get our first citizen. They just automatically come in. So it's really interesting stuff, really nice to have, and you can see where it's easy to use. So after that, we're going to make our builder hut because we are going to need somebody to actually build the town hall. But for me, I don't ever really build the town hall first. I kind of wait. I kind of wait a little bit, and before I build the town hall, it has its benefits, but I think that building some of the other things first outweigh building the town hall first, such as things like your miner or your lumberjack and things like that. So those are things that we'll end up building first before we end up building the town hall. But before you can build anything, you do have to have a builder. And in order to have that, you got to make a builder hut. And if you type in at MineColonies, you can find the builder hut in the JEI over on the right hand side. So now we want to make a mine since we're here, and the mine actually requires a pickaxe, and we already have a pickaxe right here, a stone one. So we'll just go ahead and use that, and easy peasy. There we go. There's our mine. The mine will come later. So now we want to place the builder. And the builder, we're going to make it out of birch, and we're going to just kind of see if we can place it. There is the front side of it right there. I want this to be a little bit close to the supply camp because I will be using the supply camp to supply the builder with a lot of things. Now, I'll probably end up using the house more than I use the supply camp just because, but if we get a whole bunch of people on the server, I may just make a little workshop where the supply camp sits, and that way people can work out of the workshop. So there is the builder hut. Oops, look, I dropped Don't press Q sometimes, guys. You will drop things because I dropped the builder's wand. And as you place things, just be sure to use the builder's wand to place things. It automatically assigned the worker, and I don't like to automatically assign the worker to places. So I went to the town hall to take automatic assign of jobs off because I want to assign the people myself, because they do actually have stats. The people in MineColonies do actually have stats. So we'll look at the actual workers here in the manage workers, and this person has 3 athletics and 1 adaptability. We do have a person that has 3 adaptability, which we want them more, and that was Shelly, I believe. And we just recall Stella. We just recall her, and there she is. So now we want to actually have Stella build the building, and we just go into build options and then build building. And so now she's going to actually try to start building it, but she wants a few things. So these are the things she's going to ask for. You can get all of that information from her right here. And we notice that she actually needs a wooden hoe. So what we're going to try to do is to actually get her a hoe. But the first thing that I did was I ended up making a paxel, because I know that the builder is going to end up needing a paxel at some point in time. So we just made the template board for it, and I just went ahead and made it. Now I do know that I wanted to make a hoe, and I totally forgot. That was what I was here to do, was to make the hoe. But I gave her the paxel anyway, and she's not going to take it because she doesn't need it at the moment. So we have a whole bunch of tools already inside of the house. So we're just going to go ahead and grab all of those tools and give it to her. So over here in the top over here, we got all of these tools that I'm not going to end up using, because I have the Paxel, and the Paxel works just fine. But as of right now, we just grab the hoe. We see her take the hoe, and then we just kind of stand back. It has to take a little tick for a second, and then she'll start working. And you'll see her start working here in a minute. Let's eat some food. So there she is. She's working. She might be just mowing down some grass or something like that. But if you hover over things, you'll be able to see it. So we're gonna help her out as we want to dig out. But we broke our Paxel during that time, and all we have to do is just take our repair kit and put the Paxel in, and then bam, there we go. And now if we want to recharge that repair kit, all we got to do is just throw some more cobblestone in there, and then bam, there we go. It's easy, just like that. You can easily just repair as much as you want. So there you go. And we're just going to continue to help her dig this out, because she's going to need to dig this out so that it has everything there. She'll dig it out, or your builder will dig everything out. But she's now waiting on an axe, and we could have brought the axe before, but she's not able to use that Paxel for some reason. Maybe she's just not high enough level. But at a later point in time, the builders will use those Paxels. So we'll just grab all of this stuff here just in case. I think I even grabbed that stone one. Yeah, and grab that one too. And we're just gonna throw it over there. I think she grabs the stone axe, but for some reason she just wasn't able to use that stone Paxel. So no, she grabbed the wooden axe. And once she levels up, she'll be able to use it. We're going to go over here and see what the builder needs. If we click on that little arrow up there, it shows this is what is the required resources. And we can see what we have in our inventory, and we can just apply it to the builder. Just put it in just like that. And all we need to do now is just to get some birch logs, planks, fences, slabs, and stairs, some gravel, and some torches. And it gives us all of the stuff that we really kind of need in order to make that stuff. So we're going to grab some more birch, and we're going to go and find some gravel as well. Oh, look, there's some pillagers. They're attacking the villagers. Originally, I was like, oh man, let me run back in the house because I didn't want to fight these dudes. But I was like, they're going to kill the villagers. And so I was just like, wait a minute, let me turn around. I got a sword. And so I ended up turning around, and I ended up fighting the pillagers. and you know they have their bows and stuff like that, but we were able to just kind of kill them. So it was nice. The villagers, they will not, they'll run away, but they won't defend themselves, because there are soldiers that you can actually get to defend your village. So we got up here just to check around and see if there was any other pillagers around. There weren't. We came over here to grab some sugar cane, or some sugar cane. Sugar cane is used for paper, and we're gonna need paper later on. But I just wanted to get this for right now, because you can, as you plant it, if you plant it early, it usually is a lot better for you to plant it early. So here's our builder again. We're still trying to supply her with stuff. We got some gravel. We'll go ahead and give her the gravel, and that gravel will, she'll use that gravel to start building. We come back over here because we need to make some more of the materials for the builder. And let's see. We just make these materials right here. That's all we're doing. We are going to go into the mine at some point in time to just kind of show a few things, and I'll get to that in a minute as well. There is some clay that I found. Clay is good for a lot of things, and we'll get to the clay in some later episodes, I'm sure. But we'll just go ahead and make the slabs and the stairs. I don't think I made enough stairs at the moment, but we'll go ahead and give Stella the stuff that we currently have, so that way she can continue with her job. And all that's left, there's some logs, stairs, fences, and torches. If you notice, it says -20 of 28, because we had 20 stairs on us that we could have given to her, I believe. No. We only had 8, so we needed 20 more, and we ended up making 36 instead. Here, I ran out of sticks. I didn't have enough sticks, so I had to actually make some more sticks, and we just made it out of oak. It wasn't a big deal. Just made as many as we could, and just to make a fence. Fences are pretty simple to make. You just put those 2 sticks there and 4 blocks on the side, and grab all the sticks there. Now we still need some more logs, but we'll get to those later. We'll just give her what she needs for right now. It is turning nighttime, so we're probably going to go to sleep real quick. Yeah, we went to sleep really quick, woke up, and hey, look, there's a trader. Now, this trader is such a jerk. He just walks all up in my house and is just like, hey, what's in your house? He's like, man, this house has got nothing in it. I should be like, hey, get out of here, trader. But, I can't hit him, because then the llamas will start spitting at me. All right, so we got our birch logs, and we gave them to the builder, and the builder is going to go ahead and start building their building to the fullest. And as we wait for the builder to do that, I decided to basically to go into the mine, so that way I could start mining. Because as I said, guys, I'm not a fan of going into caves. And so we go down here, we hold the shift button in order to stop at a certain level, because otherwise you won't be able to. Now, since you're not on ground, it's going to take a little bit of time in order to dig this first block out. But you dig this first block out, or you dig 2 blocks out, and then what you're able to do is you're going to be able to actually step off of the ladder, and then you can dig a lot better. So see how it's there like that, and then we can just kind of step off of that ladder just like that, and then we can dig a lot faster. So one of the other things I want to kind of show is the light overlay. I don't know how many people are aware of how the light overlay works, but the reason why there's torches is so that mobs do not spawn, or monsters do not spawn. In certain places where there is no light, a monster can spawn, such as a creeper or a zombie or a skeleton. they can spawn in those places. So what I did was I wanted to show that and see as the little red X shows up, that's where a monster can spawn. So in order to stop that, we just throw up a torch just like that. So now a monster will not spawn there, and we can go ahead and continue digging in there. Now it looks as though the builder has completed their building, so we're just gonna go back up and kind of check it out. And that's basically the building. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you like the video, please hit that like button. And if you really like the video, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much and have a great day.